attitude, but not everyone can deal. No, honey, you're rude. You're a damn rude person. You're a freaking rude person, and you need to fix it. Let's continue to teach you how to stop being rude. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Talk Time with Antonietta. Now, when you're a rude person, chances are everyone around will know except you. Don't play saint. If you think long enough, you're going to remember that one time where you did or said something not so long ago that someone else would have found not so nice or uncool or rude. Generally, though, rudeness is relative as it depends on how someone else thinks about your approach. But we live in bubbles called societal structures, and this makes that when a handful of people do not share your values on how people should get along, talk to each other, or interact, you stand a high chance at offending them or coming off as a rude person. Now, one rude act may not necessarily classify you as a rude person, but when it becomes a habit or a testimony almost every single person has of you, then it's a problem. A lot of rudeness can be and tend to be unintentional, just being inconsiderate, not thinking it through. That was hard. Not thinking it through, or simply not even imagining that someone could be offended by that particular thing. So before we talk about fixing rudeness, we need to ask ourselves, why do we need to fix rudeness? Why do I have to stop being rude? Why do you have to stop being a rude person? Why does it even matter? Firstly, rudeness makes a bad first impression. And no matter how you want to look at it, in today's world, in the society we live in, first impressions matter. Especially since I believe that you are a career-driven woman or man. I do take into consideration that I now have many men viewing my content. If you look in my comment section, the love is overwhelming. So, career-driven woman or man, and it's very vital, it's very salient, it's very expedient that you make a good first impression. Rudeness is bad reputation. People may not want to work with you, they may avoid you, or they may give negative remarks about you. Rudeness perpetuates rudeness. You may not realize it, but you pass it on, either by teaching it or getting people to build up a defense of rudeness against your level of rudeness. Rudeness increases conflicts both in work environments and social settings. It is important to be polite because it puts other people at ease and helps build strong relationships. So I should say this, if you're traveling to a new country or going to a new environment, it's important to learn what the country or the environment perceives to be polite so you don't end up offending people. Now, how to stop being rude? Apologize every time you find yourself being rude. So I used to do this thing where when someone is talking and I just feel in my head like, this one is talking nonsense, I just cut you off, and just chip in my own beat. And it's really, really rude to cut people off like that. So I started to apologize for every time I do it, to teach myself to stop doing it. So I'm like, I'm sorry, that was rude. Go on. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Go on. Speak politely. It's really not that hard. Smile. This could be a problem if you have a resting face like mine. But yeah, you can make an effort. Believe in decency. Don't always think that people are out to get you and so you put on a defense. Why is she looking at me like that? Is she looking at my shoe? She thinks she's finer than me. No. Assume that people always have good intentions. Stay modest. Sometimes you're rude because you focus too much on yourself. Monitor your voice. Keep track of your tone, speed, and volume, especially if you're like me and you like to talk really fast. You need to know when to slow down so you don't come off as rude, because there's a difference between I don't know and oh, I don't know. Acknowledge people and express appreciation. Learn to consider other people's sensitivities. Take culture into account. Think about how your behavior or comment will sit with others. Demonstrate empathy in your conversations. Let the other person speak, even if you feel like he's talking nonsense, even if you feel like you have more knowledge, even if you feel like you're going to sound smarter. Let the person speak. Be extra careful when you're under stress. Stress can trigger a lot of things. Sometimes it's not about the person, it's not because you're rude, it's just that every day you come to work, you're so stressed out, and so everyone feels like you're this rude person when you're really not. I may not entirely agree with Tyra Banks when she says there is no excuse for rudeness, because sometimes the perception of rudeness depends on the other person, the environment, the context, and social bubbles generally. But those instances are exceptions. Your politeness counts cannot be the exceptions. And also, generally, as human beings, we like to, feed rudeness by retaliation. But like Judith Martin said, rudeness in retaliation for rudeness just doubles the amount of rudeness in the world. So when someone has been rude to you, don't let it fester. You might want to brood on the negativity or retaliate at a later time, but you should know that it's better to talk about it or understand that your rudeness reflects you and not the other person. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video, share this video, and make sure you drop me a comment. And yes, about comments, some people have started to do something I really, really like. Hitting me up with topic ideas, telling me things they want me to talk about. So if you have anything like that, a topic in your head that I've not addressed already, or something you'd like me to expatiate on, hit me in the comment section. I'm open to it, and in due time, adequate research, and make sure I release the video for you.